Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of TAGG Conversations with Ida Padikuor Na-Tei. If you are new to the show, TAGG simply means technology, innovation and entrepreneurship. And today I'm thrilled because I'll be hosting TAGG, the Automation Ghana Group, because this is one of the few places with a high concentration of very talented individuals. So I can't really wait for us to start. So let's go in and unveil the TAGG Experience. Hi, Pam Pam.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Okay, so thank you for hosting us. And shall we go in?
Sure, let's go.
All right. Okay, I'm excited to be here. Thank you. Okay, so thank you, Pamela, for having us today. My audience is excited to know all about the TAGG Experience. So tell us, what is TAGG? What do you do as a company? What are your products and services? And what are the various arms of the company?
Okay, so TAGG is the Automation Ghana Group. It's made up of a number of companies. We have Automation Solutions Limited, which is into instrumentation, analytics, and measurement. And then we have the Electrical Switchgear Limited, which is into panel building. And then we have process and plant automation, which is the popular one that everybody knows. And mainly process and plant automation is into industrial solutions and building solutions.
Okay.
So under industrial solutions, we have a number of things. We deal with different companies from food and beverage, oil and gas, the mines, buildings, commercial building and residential facilities. Any manufacturing company is our client, yes. And so we are into medium and high voltage grid automation. We are into energy metering, monitoring and measurement, as well as low voltage solutions, and then and many other
So I know about your smart home solution, and I'm really particularly interested in that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so for smart home is basically making your home smart. So in our traditional home setting, you enter your house, you manually open the door, you turn on the lights. If you have an AC, you turn it on with the remote, draw your curtains and all of that. But we have automated these processes, so you don't have to actually get up to open your curtain or turn on your light or AC or TV or play music.
That's amazing. And I'm really excited because I hear you even have a demo room, like a showroom, and I'll really appreciate if we can have an experience of your smart home showroom.
Definitely.
So do you mind taking us?
Sure. Let's
All
go.
right.
So you're welcome to our Experience Center, which is our smart home showroom.
Okay, thank you, Pamela.
You're welcome. First of all, I would want to open the curtains and then we can enter.
Hey, this place is lovely.
Thank you.
Wow, nice
setup.
Have
a seat.
Thank you. Where can I sit?
Oh, you can. You have a seat in our beautiful smart home showroom.
Yes.
So, as I mentioned earlier, the whole purpose is to be able to automate certain functionalities just so that you are comfortable in your home. So we can automate curtains, lights, AC. I'm going to take you through.
So like on a regular day, when you walk in, you don't have to move to the switch to put on your devices.
Exactly. So I'm just going to take you through. So for example, we can just turn off all our lights. Yes, or turn them all on.
Wow.
And of course, the mode of interacting with your gadgets is either on a tab or on your phone,
Okay.
or voice command using the virtual assistant. So over
Okay.
here we have Alexa installed, and I can allow Alexa to take us through some of the functionalities. Alexa, AC on. Great. You can ask Alexa to play you music. It also works.
Okay, Alexa, play music.
You know your voice for Lagos, let me voice for anywhere.
Okay. This is a real stress reliever.
Yeah, yeah. So even before you get home, you can have your room chilled, you know, by just turning it on remotely before you get home. And
Alexa, stop music.
great. So you've learned really fast. Yeah. So and of course, it's not just automating your AC and your lights at a touch of a button. You can have your gate on it. You can have your sprinklers. You can have your microwave. So long as they are smart
Devices. Your refrigerator.
Your refrigerator. So long as they are smart devices, you can easily have them integrated into the system.
Smart home system.
Yeah.
So is this like a mobile app that you're using, or is it a mobile app?
Yes, there's a mobile app that
Okay.
we have downloaded that has this interface. Yes.
Okay, so I can do the same for my phone.
Yes, you can do the same for your phone. You can do for your tab. If you have kids, sharing it with kids, you can actually monitor and control what they watch. And you can have the CCTV on it. You can view remotely. So if there's an intruder in your home, you get to know. You know exactly where the intruder is. You can call the police to.
You can
attend
turn off
to
your
it.
light
You
or
can
even
turn
lock
off
your doors remotely.
everything.
So I
everything.
noticed that when we came in towards the bedroom side, I realized that you had blue lights
Okay.
and then it switched to red. Is it like some sort of like mode or?
Okay, so we have modes that you can set. These are modes and scenes depending on what you want to do or achieve. So for example, if you want to go back to bed, you can just press your sleep mode and
The lights will
your
go
light
out.
goes off, curtains goes off, closes, depending on what you want, the kind of ambience you want when the light goes, when you press your sleep mode. Yeah.
Like I think the place is getting a bit dark.
So the good thing about this app is that you do not only get to see, monitor your lights and AC, but you also get to see your energy consumption.
Oh,
you
nice.
get to, yes, you can see the weather, what the weather is like in a couple of hours. So it's not just you can monitor your energy consumption. It's a whole package, yes.
You know, home experience package.
Exactly.
on its own.
So depending on what the client wants, we make all of those things available. So in general, this is a bit of our experience center. So if there's anybody out there who is interested in automating their homes, they can speak to us and it will be available.
Okay, so viewers, this has been the Smart Home Experience Center. I've had a thrilling experience seeing all these things automated. And if you're interested in automating your home, you can always give the Automation Ghana Group a call. So now let's move to the Electrical Switchgear Limited.
Okay, so you're welcome to our workshop. This is where we have our Electrical Switchgear Limited.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
remember that.
my colleague Priscilla is going to take you through. I have to run now for another meeting.
Okay, thank you so much,
It's
Pamela.
been nice meeting you.
Same here.
All
Nice to
right.
meet you, Priscilla. Okay, so what exactly do you do at the Electrical Switchgear Limited?
So ESL is an electrical manufacturing company that specializes in designing, building, installing and maintaining electrical panels and customized automation and control solutions.
Okay.
So we have a very wide portfolio of products and solutions which include motor control centers,
Okay.
automatic transfer switches, synchronization panels and capacitor banks.
Okay.
So a few of the products and solutions we have are built here, ready for dispatch. These are ready for dispatch.
I see 125 amps ATS panel.
Yes, please. This is an ATS panel ready for a client.
And
to
I
pick
see
up.
that it's chintz, it's a chintz
Yes,
panel.
so we have a lot of brands we work with here, some of which are Chintz, Schneider Electric, ABB, and Siemens.
Okay, all right. And what is going on here?
Okay, so this is a typical floor standing panel for a client. This is a motor control center, but it's still under construction.
Okay, all right. Okay, so what exactly do you do here?
Okay, so currently I'm the design engineer for the electrical switchgear limited.
Okay.
What I do is to use the software to design these electrical panels that I've just showed you.
Okay.
And then from there they are produced, assembled down here in the production floor.
Okay, so what is going on here?
Okay, so this is a typical MLV panel for a
Pamela
client
spoke about it.
still under construction.
Okay.
A floor standing panel for one of the clients here in Ghana that we have. We also work with clients across West Africa.
Oh, nice, impressive. Okay. All right, thank you so much, Priscilla, for taking me through ESL. I hear you're going to take me to ASL,
Yes,
so shall we?
Yes, please.
All right.
Sylvia is here to take you through what ASL is about.
Okay, thank you so much, Priscilla.
You're welcome.
Okay, so ASL. Hello, Sylvia.
Hi, Ida.
Nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you too.
Okay, so what happens at ASL and what does ASL mean?
ASL stands for Automation Solutions Limited.
Okay.
We're a Ghanaian process instrumentation company, one of the subsidiaries of Automation Ghana Group.
Okay.
And we are the partners, authorized partners for Andres and Hauser, Oma Group, ISOL, Impianti, and then Dura Group.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Basically, what we do is instrumentation. So flow metering, level, temperature, pressure, and yeah, basically just that. And then we also deal with the valves and actuators.
Okay.
We work with Durag on emission system measurements.
Okay.
So for like boiler or power plants, usually they have like emissions that come out, and you have to check whether these are in accordance with the EPA guidelines. So with Durag, that's what we do with them. And then we have actuators, which we work with Oma Group. They are able to use them to modulate like any type of valve at all. Okay. Yes. Okay. But we started with Andres and Hauser, and we've been working with them for the past 5-6 years. Okay. These are some of our instruments.
Nice.
Yeah. So because we are big on Andres and Hauser, most of our things are basically Andres and Hauser instruments. So that's a level instrument.
This one?
Yes, that one. I mean, most of these are actually level instruments. So this is a radar level instrument. These two are ultrasonic level instruments. Okay. This is a pressure transmitter. Okay. And then this is also a level instrument, but then it's one with a rope. So it's mostly for maybe solids, when you're measuring solids in high silos. And then this is a flow meter. But this particular one is mainly used for measuring steam. So for your utilities, you can use that to do the measurements. Okay, so
to my viewers, if you've never seen an industrial level transmitter, flow meter, this is, what you've been looking out for. So basically, what do you do as a person with Automation Solutions Limited?
So I'm a technical sales and solutions engineer. Okay. What I do is I'm doing sales, that's product sales or solution sales for our customers. But then for ASL and I think TAGG as a whole, most of the sales team, we have an engineering background. So in that case, we are better able to assess the customer because we have an idea of what exactly.
And it looks like you love your job.
I mean, yeah, it's quite interesting, especially when you are able to solve a problem for a customer. And another thing we also do is calibration services. So for any instrument in any industry, you need to be checking to see if your instrument is working well. And what we do is for pressure and temperature, we calibrate it using a BMX instrument, which has been calibrated from the manufacturer. And then for ENH, because we are the authorized partners, we are able to verify to see that your specs and everything are in order. For audit purposes, for quality purposes, and all of that.
All right. So thank you so much, Sylvia. It's been exciting seeing what happens at the Automation Solutions Limited.
You're welcome.
So to our viewers, this has been TAGG Conversations with Ida Padikuor Na-Tei. Watch out for part 2 of the TAGG Experience.
My name is Siraja Dasi, and I joined TAGG as a national service person last year in October. And since my arrival here at TAGG, it's been non-stop action since I landed. I was assigned to the engineering department, which is under the technical units of TAGG. And I'm in a team of very strong 7 men who are always on the move, who are always getting involved in projects, always trying to learn, trying to develop themselves. So being immersed in such a culture was truly inspiring and life-changing for me. So what I see TAGG trying to do is to develop the individual, not just your technical prowess, which is good, but then you as a holistic individual. So your soft skills, your people skills, transferable skills, project management, all of that is part of my experience since I've been here, and I've truly enjoyed it. And for example, one project that I worked on last year and this year as well was an industrial PLC motor control panel. And what we had to do was to configure the panel, the PLC, to be able to automate the client's processes so that they could control itself, and they could also bring in manual control if it was necessary. And it was truly, truly educative. I learned so much on the job because no one is going to leave you and then do the work by themselves. You will be involved, you will be brought in, your opinion will be asked, your expertise will be asked. And it doesn't matter if you don't know, because the people around you are always willing to help you and to teach you and bridge that gap. And once that gap has been bridged, you're basically unstoppable. So that's how I feel from my experience here at TAGG.
Hello, my name is Priscilla Mate Odichi. I enrolled in the graduate training program of the Automation Ghana Group in the year 2018 and completed in 2019. The experience was very insightful, getting to relate the theories and practical of electrical engineering, and also very social, where I interacted with different people from different universities, and then also different people in the different departments in the company to achieve certain goals and targets. Again, the program was a progression of opportunities through training, coaching, mentoring, and also getting involved with different projects, field work, site work in automation, electrical control, and electrical wiring. The experience involved taking notes, keeping log of things that were learned, analyzing systems, offering ideas, new ideas into these systems, and also making presentation of these systems to colleagues and co-workers. Through the program, the right skills were developed, potentials and confidence have been developed, and by God's grace today, I'm the design engineer of the Electrical Switchgear Limited, an electrical manufacturing company here in Ghana. With skills that were developed, communication, teamwork, I've been able to be proactive in the role that I occupy currently. Today, I can say that I am more confident, I am career-driven and purpose-driven in the role, and I aspire to achieve even more in my career. There are a number of projects that I have worked on, and one in which I'm very confident in is the energy metering and monitoring system. This is a system that uses so many components such as relays, contactors, and breakers to measure and monitor, control, and automate electrical appliances in a facility.
Thank you so much for having me today. So please introduce yourself and what you do at the Automation Ghana Group.
Okay, my name is Kofi Asante, and at the Automation Ghana Group, I'm a member of the Building Solutions team, which falls under the sales department. So basically, in the Building Solutions department, we handle services and requests with regards to the building sector. So if you need materials and supplies for putting up your building project, as well as services and solutions such as CCTV, access control, solar, fire systems, intruder alarm systems, we handle those requests.
So talking about solar,
yes.
We are currently in the power room of the Automation Ghana Group.
Yes.
Can you tell us what goes into a solar installation?
Yes, so for what goes into a solar installation, you first need to identify the client's request.
Okay.
And that has to do with understanding their load requirements as well as the facility they need those loads for.
Okay.
So usually for residential buildings, their peak load is at night.
Okay.
So they opt for off-grid systems where they have battery storage. So they store the energy from the sun during the day in
like
the
the
battery.
setup we have here.
Exactly, just as you see over here. And then for commercial and industrial, their peak load is during the day. So they opt for grid tie systems where they consume the energy that's generated from the system immediately during the day. So once we understand the requirements of the clients, we know the type of system. And as I said before, there are off-grid systems and then there are grid tie systems. So with an off-grid system, basically you are storing energy to use for a later time when the grid is unavailable. Yes, so basically with those systems, you have your solar panels, either roof mounted or ground mounted, depending on the setup. And then the solar panels have mounting rails for mounting them onto the roof. So every roof type has its mounting rail. So we need to understand the type of roof the client has to know the appropriate mounting rail to use. And then you connect them via solar flex cables. They are cables which are prescribed for solar installations. And then from the solar panels, it comes to the inverter. So the inverter is responsible for taking the energy from the solar panels to charge the battery bank. And it also converts the energy from the battery banks to energy that can be used by the loads or the equipment within the house. Yeah, so basically that's the setup for an off-grid system. And then for the grid tie system, that system doesn't have battery. So basically the system is tied to the grid. So it works in conjunction with the grid. So with that one, the energy that's generated from the system is basically fed or to supplement demand of the facility during the day. And with that one, because there's no storage, it doesn't work at night. Yeah, and then there's also a hybrid system, which is a mix of the two systems here, and that's something which we do here at the Automation Ghana Group.
Okay, so we are at the power room. Some of the equipment you mentioned are here. Can you just briefly show us, you know, which of them is your inverter, which of them is your
the equipment you see mounted over here are the inverters, which are responsible for taking what's stored in the batteries to convert into alternating currents for the loads. Yes, and what you have here is a DC power distribution panel. So that's bringing in DC to basically charge the battery banks. And what you see here are the battery banks where the energy is stored. So in an off-grid system, usually people have 100 AH or 200 AH batteries, which are much smaller. But these are high-end batteries which are more robust. And that's the type of battery that we use here. This 48 volts, 600 amp hour, and it consists of 24 pieces of 2-volt cells which are connected in series. Exactly, to get the output, the input of the inverter, which is 48 volts. Yes, and then the inverter.
So I have one question. I know people have this flawed perception that you know, batteries are expensive, so and they don't also want to do grid tied. So they want to connect the panels directly to an inverter and supply directly to the homes. Is that possible?
Yes, there are inverters that are able to do that, where you take what is generated from the solar panels and feed it directly to the load. Yeah, so hybrid inverters have that functionality. Yeah, so there are some hybrid inverters, if you don't have a battery, whatever comes from the solar panels will supplement your demand together with your ECG supply.
No, so here's the case where they think you don't need the ECG and you can do a direct.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's why I said it's flawed.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's a flawed perception, and we usually have clients who also think that maybe if I have just one solar panel, I can use it to charge a big battery bank and supply a lot of load. So usually we have to sit them down and educate them on how the setup works. So usually the inverter handles the load. So if all the loads that you want fall within, let's say 3 kilowatts, then you need a 3.5 or 4 kilowatts load. So that means your load is not undersized. So you have an inverter that can handle the load. And then the duration that you can run the load on depends on the battery. So we have to educate them on all these technicalities with regards to the number of solar panels they need to charge a specific battery bank to supply a specific load. So we usually have those misconceptions from clients, and that's up to us to educate them on how solar systems actually work. Yes.
So the ratings of like maybe your devices and all those things, the inverters and everything, is dependent on the load of the client.
On the load of the client. So if the loads that you want to power on a solar system is 5 kilowatts, you can't use a 3 kilowatts load. So in an instance where you have more than 3 kilowatts on at a time, that means the inverter will be on overload. Okay. So that's why we need to size, and ideally in a home, not all the loads will be on at a time, but at least we need to size such that in an instance where you have multiple loads on at a time, the inverter will not run on overload. So that's something which we have to consider.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much, Kofi, for an insightful, episode on how solar installations have been done. So to my viewers, this has been the TAGG Experience, and thank you for joining me. I love you. Mwah. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.